Um, well, I'm just laying here and I was sleeping and I woke up and I was being teased immediately as soon as I woke up that I'm going to be put into a wheelchair. And it was one of my Marilyn Monroe memories with JFK when he was trying to get me pregnant in our last life. And I think it was me and John's like last thoughts to ourselves when we were dying in our last life. Like, oh, he's gonna get me pregnant and everything will be great again. John's gonna get me pregnant and everything will go back to normal. And last time the space codes went insane, went crazy, is when I got those memories back. And I think I got those memories back around 2021, 2022. That specific memory back. I remember just laying, not here, because I wasn't here. I wasn't in Savannah. I was in LA. I was just laying in my bed, and it was just like this whole movie was flashing before my eyes. And I was Marilyn Monroe, and she was talking to me, and I'm laying in my bed, and she was like, John's gonna put you in a wheelchair. And she was saying it in such a laughing mode because she meant he's gonna get you pregnant and put you in a wheelchair because you're gonna be pregnant and have to be put into a wheelchair to be taken into the hospital. And I probably should have died. I probably should have died, when I heard those words of my past life on Earth with JFK. And we're still apart. It's great. It's amazing. I still don't, have JFK in my life. His name's Colin Farrell in this life. It's amazing. I fucking love it here. It's so great. It's just amazing. Why am I even here? Why do I even get like flashes of my past life and flashes of near death experiences? And I just keep going, like the Energizer bunny that I am. I just keep going. It's just great. I love it. I love it for me. It's like I'm just like the little Energizer bunny, and I just can't just stop. I can't stop. I just keep going. Um. Anyway, am I being loud? It's 11:30, so trying to be like more quiet. So anyway, I like woke up and I had like a little Gatorade that they have in the fridge, and it was like $2 for like a tiny Gatorade, and I'm like, well, it's a little bit too tiny for $2, but let me just buy it anyway because I'm like really thirsty, and so let me buy it. And then because I was gonna go to the fucking gas station and get something, and I went out there and it's closed, so I was like, okay, I gotta get a snack from downstairs. Because the gas station is closed across the street. And I'm just like, I don't think the gas station would be closed if I was staying at the other Savannah hotel, which was like the actual hotel that I was in, which is like on the outskirts of Savannah. And like, so far, I prefer the outskirts of Savannah to like I'm staying like inside Savannah. And so far, I prefer the outskirts. I don't know. Maybe that'll change when I leave, but there's been a few things where I'm just like, maybe it's out of date because they say they don't have pets in this hotel and they let me stay with a pet. So we'll see. But like, that's like another thing where it's just like, why is the um, gas station? Why is the gas station closed on a Wednesday night? I'm pretty sure the gas station would be open if I stayed at the other one, which is on the outskirts of Savannah. And I'm just like, maybe I just should have stayed there. I don't know. I wanted the different feel, and I wanted to stay in the middle of Savannah and like feel the difference and like walk around to like cool places and stuff like that. So I did want like this feeling. Am I just used to like being on the outskirts now? But yeah, no, that's what I like. I woke up to John talking about putting me in a wheelchair again. I woke up to John telling me he's going to put me in a wheelchair, which would mean he wants to get me pregnant and us having a kid. And I remembered that memory from 2022 or something. And like laying here in bed and watching it like a movie. JFK putting Marilyn Monroe in a wheelchair. And that was basically my life flashing before my eyes. But it's not Alyssa's life flashing before her eyes. It's Marilyn Monroe's life flashing before her eyes. Why the fuck would I have Marilyn Monroe's life flashing before my eyes again? I'm not Marilyn Monroe anymore. My name's Alyssa. Anyway, I was like, I just want to watch my dad and feel comforted because we're thinking about that Marilyn Monroe movie where he said he wants to put me in a wheelchair. Anyway, this is what Marilyn Monroe thinks about all the time. Being thirsty, being hungry, having the gas station, um, being closed across the street when you just want to buy a soda, and then thinking, well, I should have stayed on the outskirts of Savannah and then I could still get my soda late at night. Well, you wanted to try staying inside of the city, so that's why we're here. You know, uh, sorry about the Marilyn Monroe movie again. You know, like, yay. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that never came true. But, I still don't have John in my life, so why would it have come true? Oh. Anyway, so I watched Danica and her publicist, Tom. I watched a video. I was like, oh, I just want to like feel better, so let me watch my dad in one of his videos. And it's let's see, it's Jake's Takes. Colin Farrell distracted by dog during hilarious sugar interview. He looks like Ray Liotta in this frozen picture of him where it's like a moire pattern. It's like very close up. There's lots of moire patterns on his face, and it's just like his eyes And like this, at the end of this interview, it's a picture of him. He looks like Ray Liotta, except he doesn't Ray Liotta have like bright blue eyes? But he does look like Ray Liotta in the picture. Anyway, in the interview, Jake was like, "What movie do you think Sugar would like of your movies?" And he's like, "I think he would like this movie that I filmed a long time ago in a galaxy far away." And he said it's based on the book Ask the Dust. Okay, there's just so many things going on in this scenario. There's just so many things going on. He said it's based on the book Ask the Dust. He didn't say the name of the movie. He said it's based on the book Ask the Dust with Robert Towne and Salma Hayek. And I already told you guys, and I filmed it, how to look up movies from your favorite actor or actress or your favorite higher self. And I've looked up Collins a million times. He doesn't even say the name of the movie. He says it's based on a book called Ask the Dust. I looked it up. The movie's name is called Ask the Dust. Has anyone ever heard of the movie Ask the Dust? And I woke up and he's talking about putting me in the wheelchair again, which means, he's talking about putting a baby in me and fulfilling my life as Marilyn Monroe. And I mean, that should, you know what I mean? That was like obviously like that was like my life flashing before my eyes, and I probably shouldn't even be here. Not that you would care. Not that anyone would care, because I'm just a crazy lady, right? How many women think that they're Marilyn Monroe? And like I said, like that's like their MO. Like if I was like, I was Marilyn Monroe on my last episode, like so was I. So was I. Really, Dakota Fanning, were you? Because you don't look or act like her, or there's just like no feeling of her in you or like anything. Like obviously there's like a feeling of Marilyn Monroe in me. Obviously JFK and Colin Farrell, they don't act like alike, but it's just so annoying. It's so annoying to be around competitive females. It makes me wish that was like my life review. Because I know it was my life and it was nobody else's life. It's just my life as Marilyn Monroe. It's just his life as JFK. Nobody else. Not a conglomerate. No one else. You're just a bunch of liars and a bunch of remote viewers and a bunch of assholes. And why is he talking about it again? Why is he talking about my life review again? Anyway, Ask the Dust is the name of the movie. And he doesn't say that in the interview. It's like it's still forming. It's like it's in, nothing's there, and it's still forming. And it's like a book that he's reading, and he's like, based on the book called Ask the Dust. And my brother Adam, he hates Salma Hayek, hates her with a passion. And I understand why. I used to like her, and she used my kindness against me. And now my brother hates her. My brother is also Colin Farrell. I know that's crazy. It's like a father and like a child. But anyway, I was like, Adam, why don't you like Salma Hayek? And he's like, no, face is off, face is wrong. And I'm like, okay, we don't have to like her. It's not a big deal. Anyway, that's how you basically deal with somebody with autism. And if you don't have compassion for people with autism, then you probably shouldn't interact with people with autism. And that would be Colin. He's pretty famous. So, don't interact with us. Okay? Just leave us alone if you have a problem with people with autism. Um, anyway, so Salma Hayek is the worst. I believe my brother. And you were never Marilyn Monroe, Salma Hayek. You never will be Marilyn Monroe. You don't have any memories of being Marilyn Monroe. And it wasn't your lifetime. And it wasn't anybody else's past lifetime. This in the comment section when I write I was Marilyn Monroe in a past life, and then they'll comment on my fucking comment and be like, so was I. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. Okay, you're just conglomerate energy. You're falling into goo, and you're blaming me for that. Anyway, Ask the Dust is the name of the movie. And it looks like shit. It looks like shit. It looks like a fake movie. It looks completely fake. I've looked up Colin's movies a million times. I would have seen Ask the Dust in there. So it's a movie that's coming from base reality and it's coming back up and it's from 2005, 2006. And I've never seen it before in my life. And he talks about it on this interview. Which movie would John Sugar like? And he's like, I think this movie based on the book Ask the Dust. And Ask the Dust is also fairies. My fairies are in the dust. And I was talking about that this year. And the movie's going backwards or whatever. And she looks like she's a complete bitch in the movie, Salma Hayek. But yeah, this movie is came out of nowhere, and he talks about it on this interview. It looks like it's still forming in base reality and going up, and he's talking about it. I've watched this interview probably about 10 times, and I've never heard him talk about Ask the Dust. I would have looked it up. Where's this movie coming from? And then I Google it. And I hear my dad Googling it with me, YouTubing it for the interviews. Because I'm like, Dad, I don't think there would be interviews. It's a really early movie. But it's from 2005 or 2006. And he's like, Alyssa, your dad had interviews. So there will be interviews of this movie. Meaning my dad, Brandon Lee, had interviews in 1992 about The Crow, 1993 about The Crow and about Rapid Fire. And, had interviewed about movies from 1985. So in 2005, there was definitely interviews in movies, and there's all these interviews from this other woman that's in the movie. There's interviews of Salma Hayek, and let's look. There's tons of interviews from Idina Menzel. Ask the Dust, New York premiere #2. And there's tons of interviews of her from the movie. Okay? And I just see him and Colin, her and Colin. Too Ashamed to Marry. Ask the Dust, 9 out of 9 movie clip. I could just sit here and watch the movie right now. He looks young, 2006. There's no interviews of Colin for this stupid movie. won't give up now, now, now. Give up now, now, now. Let me love you. Let me love you. I won't give up now, now, now. I won't give up now, now, now. Let me love you. The first time I saw you, I figured I'd never be good enough for you no matter what I do. She's a fucking waitress. And he's just a writer. It's like always like that, right? Where it's like this guy, he's like looking, I hate dog story. Ask the Dust movie scene. I hate dog story. Ask the Dust movie clip. Would you say anyway? There's no interviews. There's interviews of Brandon fucking Lee, but there's no interviews of this stupid movie. There's like, okay, here's one in the beginning. Ask the Dust, again, a movie we've never heard of that just came out of nowhere from 2006. Movie interviews Salma Hayek, Colin Farrell, but it looks like Salma Hayek on the front. Robert Towne, Ask the Dust. Then there's a picture of him in his hotel room. Okay, there's nothing with Colin. Colin Farrell and Salma Hayek at the press conference for new movie. The girl that I said her face changed, she changed into Salma Hayek. Idina Menzel and Colin Farrell in Ask the Dust. Anyway, I'm looking this up all because I woke up to my favorite past life memory of me being Marilyn Monroe. Idina and Salma interview. Looks like they just kept interviewing together. And I was like, I'm just going to go get a soda. I'll go back to sleep. And my dad wakes me up with this stupid memory of me being put in a wheelchair in the fucking... There's no interviews. I won't give up now, no, no. Let me... And then this movie looks like it takes place in like Live in the D. Arturo Bandini is his name. Look at these. Just make these go away. Why the fuck do I have to have those? No, I never would have noticed him say Ask the Dust and Salma Hayek. And I would have never noticed him say that in that fucking interview, even though I watched that interview 10 times and the only thing he talks about is Danica and his publicist and the little dog Tom. And I watched that fucking interview like 10 times and the guy talks about his Freddy Krueger glove that he got from the fucking movie and his Stan Lee signed Spider-Man comic book, and he's nerding out. And I skip that part every time. And then the first question he asks him is about the fucking movie, and then there's a whole another interview where they ask him the same fucking question: what movies of yours would John Sugar like? I guess because John Sugar is a movie buff, so they ask him that a lot of times. So I remember that those questions. Of course, you're going to remember interviews if you're watching them every single fucking day to stay close to your parents. And of course, I would remember that ask the dust. Because I would have been like, oh, ask the dust. We're talking about fairies in the dust, the deva in the dust. And I've been talking about that for a few months now. And of course, I would have remembered that. I'm watching the interview now of Colin. I don't think you guys can hear it. I'm watching one of his interviews. I'm just watching the video. I'm watching Sama. What a weird press conference. They're just sitting there not talking. Just a weird press conference, and there's no sound on their voices. Colin Farrell and Salma Hayek at press conference for a new movie, and then you can't hear them talking, and Colin's smoking a cigarette. He said, "You want to know that you matter before you fall down there, like with nothing there. Look at, I want to know I matter and that I don't do stupid things." I hate it. I hate it. I hate knowing that none of this is real, and like I have to like be like, "Oh, I'm aging." June 9th, 2004. Jay Leno, Colin, and Brandon were both on. Jay Leno. He's so good looking. Even though I'm pretty sure he's drunk, he's still the sweetest man in Hollywood. Oh. Es muy guapo, mi actor favorito. He's so animated. He was so cute. Fantástico ese menino, super espontáneo, el alegre, muito carismático, author exceptional. Oh, how times have changed now with him still sex symbol in my eyes. He's always touching people, lol. High for sure. Coke or ecstasy. It's feral, not feral. He looks trashed. He doesn't even look trashed in this interview. He's like chill. We were like, oh my god, an ounce of personality? An ounce of personality? He must be trashed. He must be trashed. He has an ounce of personality. Okay, like I didn't get that all the time at work as well. And that's why I'm saying that. Because I am my dad's daughter and we're very much alike. And that's what people would say to me. And be like, oh my god, is she on something? And I'm just like, do I have an ounce of personality? Do I have an ounce of personality? So I must be trashed? I must be full of drugs because I have an ounce of personality? Like, you can't be good looking and have a personality. You have to be a robot and good looking, or you can just be good looking and like, but you can't have a personality as well because we're just gonna say you're trashed. I'm like, what are you talking about? You're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. You don't have a fucking brain cell in your head. You're rotting from the inside. The aliens are making you a walking, talking corpse. Like, like that movie, A Bug Story. Anyway, never heard of that movie with Salma Hayek and Colin Farrell, and that was the whole reason I started posting this video. That and my dad's shouting over the loudspeaker, "I'm gonna put her in a wheelchair. I'm gonna put her in a wheelchair," and it's making me turn into Harley Quinn.